What were you told after Beck's home run?
That he didn't have a sticker on the bat, which is, that's the rules. So didn't have a sticker on the bat. Come to find out, that might have helped us down the road, I guess. If you're going to say that, I don't know how to really explain it, but a couple others had fallen off too. You come on a Thursday night in practice, or we play Western Carolina. As soon as they get off the bus, you test those bats and make sure they're legal. I think our league is the only league. I don't know if we get stickers on a Tuesday or not. I don't really care. I think on the league play you always have those. So that was kind of the deal. So good deal for Jordan. He squared up another ball really well, and to me he's got a break coming to him somewhere down the road.
When do those bats get checked each series? And
Thursday.
Thursday.
Typically Thursday. Sometimes Friday.
Has that been a common theme of stickers falling off?
That's a first for me, brother. I'm probably need to be a better details guy, but that ain't my territory. God gave me a few strengths, that ain't one.
There were probably a couple of ways that the team could have reacted to that, but it seemed to be of the better variety. I mean, were you happy with the guys' response to that?
Yeah, that can bother you. That's a great point you made. Last year we played Lipscomb, and something kooky happened with Max Ferguson, and including myself, it completely ruined the entire day, and that was in the first inning that it happened, and we lost that game. Kudos to Lipscomb. They did a great job at our place, but that's one example that sticks out of my mind. You bring it can completely ruin you if you let it. I mean, there's a ton of pitches in the game, so you can let them take you down one road or another, and these guys have consistently been pretty good about choosing the right path.
Last year's team didn't mind really being the villains. Is that something that this team doesn't mind either, is getting a chip on their shoulder from something like that and running with it?
Yeah, I mean, I think, anytime that happens, I mean, they're 20-year-old kids. I mean, there's probably 3 or 4 times we had to say, don't say that, or one time I joked, I'm the only one that's allowed to say that, and probably Coach Anderson, too, is going to do it anyway. But, you would expect their team, our team, LSU, South Carolina, to react in a certain way to that, but I think the bottom line is they put it past them pretty quick.
You see Adam Mabry coming in there and kind of picking up where Burns left off?
He was great. He pitched really well for us early in the game on Wednesday. And, tonight's outing is obviously on the road. It's an SEC game. Pretty impressive lineup, but he kind of looked the same. And as a coach, we talk about that all the time with you guys. We just kind of want to know what we're getting. And I think when Will was a freshman, there were more good days than bad, but maybe that level of consistency wasn't there. And he's just really matured in a lot of different areas.
What did you see out of Kirby getting Bradfield out there and then Camden bouncing back?
Yeah, Kirby did a great job in that situation, and I feel like he's one of a few guys we might ask to go all 3 games, or, a lot of guys go 2 games for us with the bullpen situation. But saw Cam kind of, again, pick up where he left off on Wednesday. I think it was good for him to get back out there and kind of have a Listerine outing, get that bad taste out of his mouth like he did on Wednesday. But he's our guy. I mean, there's others I could say that about too, but he's our guy, and he was great tonight. And we made a mistake behind him, and kind of like in Redmond fashion, he handled it well and put that behind him pretty quickly too.
Like a few more guys. Why'd y'all make the move to go to Mabry when y'all did Cool Burns?
I think one of the reasons we got their starter out so quickly in McIlvain, he had good stuff, but we kind of had some at-bats we grinded out that made it a lot tougher on them than the scoreboard kind of looked. And I think they were in the process of doing that to Burns as well. They took as good a swings off that kid as any team that we've played so far, and he was close to 100 pitches, and the stuff was starting to fade a little bit, so we decided to go with our guy that we had ready first down there.
How bizarre was that inning with multiple fly balls that just completely seemed to get lost up there?
Yeah, I mean, the sky was, kind of in the mid-range. It wasn't nighttime, it wasn't daytime, but also last night, when we practiced on Thursday night, I'll give myself some credit. I hit some fungos high enough to go above the lights, even though I'm not very strong. And if it gets above those things, our guys were having trouble seeing them. So I can't speak for their guys, but I assume those things were lifted high enough in the air that it was above the lights. But it was certainly awkward. And for us, the comment I made to our guys about that is, baseball gods or karma or whatever, I don't think you can play the game and have that in the back of your mind. I think you just got to compete. And some of those at-bats, if you backtrack and watch the game or look at the box score, were very competitive at-bats. So while we kind of caught a couple breaks, I think our guys at least had, in part, something to do with that stuff.
One more.
In terms of Chase tonight, I mean, I know that you said all year he's kind of been unfazed, unrattled, but coming home, facing a team like this, in his hometown. What do you think about his nerves and the way he handled everything?
Again, I thought he kind of looked the same. I mean, colder weather, really impressive lineup. I'm sure as much motivation as there's ever going to be to go get him. It's not like he's been untouchable all year, so a couple times they hit him, he kept his composure and was able to get out of the inning. So that would be my thing, is he's had a little different storybook to each outing, but in this one I think the storybook was he gave up a couple lasers and maybe some other things happened, but they didn't all happen at once. He was able to kind of keep his composure and battle out of certain situations.
Thanks, Tony. Did your understanding